Good evening, YouTube. It's Loretta, your favorite retail therapist. It is so good to be back with you again. I know it has been a long time. Good evening, YouTube. It's Loretta, your favorite retail therapist. I don't know, I'm getting feedback now. It is so good to be back with you again. I know it has been a long your favorite retail therapist. Okay, I think I got it together. But it is so good to be back with you. And I was sitting here after recovering somewhat, getting my mind back together from the last time I've seen you. A lot has happened. We are in a global pandemic. I work in clinical trials, just a reminder. And I've worked on some clinical research trials involving COVID and did a whole lot of work with my team. I'm now working remote um, from home. My husband is working from home. My daughter also worked from home for a little while. Then her job, you know what's happening to the economy. So we're just hanging tough. We're wearing our mask. We're washing our hands, and we're socially distancing. I know the vaccine is here, and I have not yet gotten that yet. Knowing that it's going to the frontliners first. And we're praying about everything, and we're reading everything we can read so that we can know all about what is expected for us to do for us all to get out of here. So this is my favorite time of the year, Christmas time. And I was able to get myself together enough to decorate this year. I was happy I was able to put up 3 Christmas trees this year. So we have the front Christmas tree. I have a tree in the family room, and then me and my husband, we put a tree up in our bedroom, just for us to enjoy when we get into our quarters, that we could just kind of decompress and just watch the lights. But I wanted to come very quickly to show you my after Christmas haul. Couldn't show you my Christmas haul because by the time I got it, it was time to wrap it and put it under the tree and receive gifts. Receive guests. But I went to Walmart with my daughter. I got drug out of the house today, and I wanted to share what I found because I love, love, love sharing my hauls when I find them. And I have to go back to Walmart, and hopefully I'll go after church tomorrow because I think I'm going to do a black and white theme for the holiday. But they had these nice leggings, polka dot leggings. Look at these. And I'm thinking to buy them so we can all have matching bottoms and something different. And they were $2 for these leggings. So I'm going to go back and see if I can get a couple more. And then I got these Santa pants for $1.97. And I got 4 pairs of them for the men in my life. Yeah, so I was excited about that. So I got 4 pairs of the leggings in the Santa Claus print. And they're in extra, extra large. So I think all the guys in my life would be able to fit them. I normally do a customized t-shirt every year. And this year I did do one. It was Hallsville. And I don't have it to show it to you. Maybe I'll bring it back on another video. But I was able to do customize our shirts this year. And they said Hallsville 2020. So I always take great joy in just doing that for my family. But I found this beautiful fleece shirt. It is huge, but I have a sewing machine, so I'm going to sew it down. And I love that deer on the front of that. So I'm just gonna cut it and size it down to myself and use the extra to make myself a headband. And I think that I would enjoy that quite nicely. It'll also look nice with the polka dot stretchies. So yeah, that was nice. It was nice with the Santa pants as well. I also got this shirt. So when I got to the register, the shirt was $3. That shirt, the deer shirt was $3 too. $3.74. So when I got to the register, this joyful shirt, which is a simple sweatshirt to walk around the house in. Again, we're working from home. And I'm going to sew it down again because it's very big, but I'll just use my sewing machine to go down the sides and make it fit me. And when I got to the register, it was $14 marked down. When I got to the register, it said that it was $10. And when I called it to the people's attention, I got it for $3. And that's a nice little sweater to keep me cozy at home. And if I wanted to run out with a pair of leggings on, I would still look presentable outside. And I've been watching this dress right here. I love this dress to wear with a pair of boots. I love floral prints. If you follow me, if you see me, you will notice that I have an array of floral dresses. And this dress, when I first wanted it, it was, I think it was $32. And I was like, I'm not paying $32 for a floral dress from Walmart. Like, nope, not gonna do it. And went back, it was 19. I'm like, oh nope, still not, still have to come down again. And when I went back today, it was $7. And I would have waited, but it was not many left in my size. So I had to kind of take this and just run with it. Because it was in my price range. And I want to wear this with my brown boots. And I think it'll look so delicious with my nice warm and fuzzy um, scarf around my neck and coat. I got this little fun T-shirt for my son in California. When I went to go visit him in California, we binged on Rick and Morty, and I thought that he would enjoy that. He didn't get to come home this year for Christmas. I was a little disappointed, but being with times as they were, I understood that it was the right thing to do, that he not fly. And plus the grandsons, I have another grandson. Wow, I forgot to say that. Have another grandson since we last spoke over from Chicago. They were coming, and so he thought he would sit this holiday out. So got him a little something extra for Christmas. The other thing I wanted to give is a product review. Now, if you can see, I am locked. If you go back a video or so, I was struggling with my locks and didn't know quite what to do with them. But I have crossed over to the other side. I love them. They are the best thing. It is the best hair decision I have ever made in my life. It's nothing like waking up and your hair is done and you don't have to do anything. And your hair is growing as it grows out of your head. I'm not sitting in hairdressers for hours. I'm not pulling it. I'm not blowing it out. I'm just washing it, taking care of it. I apply a lot of aloe vera to my scalp and keep my scalp cleansed. And I detox my locks with apple cider vinegar and baking soda from my goddaughter's product line. I'll talk about that later on another video. But again, the struggle is making sure that they are fresh every time you go. And one of my daughters in Christ, Caitlin, she created a hair freshener. And if you see her locks, she is like my lock guru. And she was one of the I guess 3 inspirations I had for becoming locked. And she created this hair freshener uh, to keep your hair fresh and moisturized. And let me tell you, this has been my saving grace. And when I first bought it, I bought it in the smaller bottles because she was just starting. And it's called Naturally Rooted. You can find her on Instagram. But you would love this product. This is the rosebud, and I love all of them. Orange, organic citrus, and the bottles are these are the larger bottles, and it comes in a smaller bottle if you just want to try it out before you um, buy into it. And this is the fresh mint. I love all of them, keeping in mind that rose is my favorite. They keep my hair moist. I'm able to spray my hair sometimes at night and just, put them in Nubian knots and put a plastic cap on them, go to sleep, wake up, and I have a nice little fluffy kind of curl to my hair. I have not jumped into styling my hair that much because I don't want to overstyle. I don't want to over put product in them. I don't want to weigh them down. I like the fact that they are light and airy. And I can tell you from my whole journey, my locks have never been so stiff that they didn't move. Like I've always had that freedom of movement because I always made sure that I kept them light and that I kept them um, grease free, and I didn't want a whole lot of oils in them. And so to keep them washed, I actually have myself on a schedule where I only twist them every 8 weeks. I don't mind having a little growth in my hair. I know some people don't like it, but I actually prefer just having that little scalp coverage um, for my hair. Sometimes I'll add a twist. Sometimes I'll just twist the side and, do a little updo. That's pretty much the most that I would do to them. So I love her product again. It's called Naturally Rooted. You can find her on Instagram, follow her page, and get this product in your life. I don't think you even need it. I think it'll be great for braids as well. I'm saying locked hair because I use it for my hair being locked, but I think it'll be nice for your child's hair to, as a detangler or just to freshen your hair in between um, soakings or shampooing. I don't like to put water on my locks, pure straight water. I think sometimes you could sometimes get a little what do you call it? That smell. Hey Tilly, how are you? Good to see you on. Get that sour smell, and then you're in trouble. I know some people have reported having like funguses in their hair and things like that because you have to make sure that your hair is dry. So I am so glad that she made that product. And again, go find her. You will love her locks. You will be having dreams that you have locks flowing like hers. But one day. Um, but yeah, we are here in this season. I want to start making more videos um, because I now have some think space. I think I was so busy at one point in my life. My mom was in the hospital. Long story short, my father went home to be with the Lord. Still don't know how I feel about that or where I am with that. I know how I feel about it. Don't know where I am with that. I think it changes every day. But we have so much opportunity to grow, and I wanted to really come back to this channel and encourage anybody who want to challenge themselves, like get a YouTube channel, I was able to go back and look at some of my videos from the first time I started and being like, oh my God, what am I doing? And like just going with it and and remembering those times, they were such a good time making the videos. And now I'm out doing videos with my church families, and I'm all about it. I'm on YouTube probably every Tuesday, every Sunday, twice a week since the pandemic. And if it wasn't for YouTube, me launching YouTube years ago, I would have not had the breadth of understanding how to do this. So I think sometimes, when you're afraid to do something, I think that's the very thing you should do. Um, when you're afraid to try something, go to YouTube University. I learned how to lock my hair, and I said that in another video. YouTube University will teach you anything you need to know. Hi, Shay, how are you? I love my hair. I never would have thought. I mean, I would say that I always looked at locks and kind of like said, that's nice. I think I could do it. But because I loved my hair being styled so much, and I was into wigs and I was into hair extensions and gel styles, I couldn't make the full commitment. But now that I'm here, I really, really love it. I really, really love it. And I know Tilly, I think you're still somewhere you're not quite sure if you're going to love it, but I promise you, keep coming. You are going to love it. You're going to love it. And I get a lot of good feedback. Even that now that I'm going back to work, I go back to the work one day a week, and people who haven't seen me for some time, they're like, "Oh my God, your hair is gorgeous. Well, how long have you been growing your hair?" So, and I think it's an inspiration to other women that we can be professional and have locked hair. You just have to find that middle ground to make sure that you keep it professional. Because I think sometimes the lock hair can look a little unkept because it depends on the style that you want to maintain. Some people like the free form, and it's nothing to it, but you have to just make sure your workplace um, or your career provides for you to have that flexibility. And I think if you just keep them neat, you will find, I would actually say my career really started changing because I wasn't concentrating on my hair. I started concentrating more on who I wanted to be as a person. And I think that's when my career started to really change. Because I think sometimes we can just get caught up with hair all the time, and you're changing your hair every 2 weeks, and your things are bypassing you because people can't even don't know who you are from one day to the other. And I know my hair changes me drastically like that. Some people hair doesn't change them drastically, but my hair changes me dramatically. And I probably missed many promotions because one week I came in blonde and one week I came in a brunette. I don't know. But yeah, think about it. Also, I want to do a video on dressing for the job that you want. I think it's very important, especially when you talk about we are now our very own advertisement board. Like your resume, yeah, it gets you an interview, but when you get that interview, you have to um, be all your resume, say that you are, and more, and like really to encourage people to dress for the job that they want, not the job that you're applying for, right? Because you can apply for a job to just to get your foot in the door, but is that the job you want ultimately? And start being the person you want to be. I actually was challenging one of my young ladies, and she was like, "Oh," I said, what's going on with you? What's wrong with you? Well, you were off sorts." And she's like, "Well, I'm only happy when I do this and that." And I'm like, "Well, you know what? From now on, show up as this or that." Right? If you're happiest being a floral director, when you show up as a floral director, Be whoever you aspire to be. Make sure that person represents you and represents you well. And because I think at the end of the day, that's when you're being authentic to yourself. And so I know I'm bossy. People tell me all the time. Well, my sister shouldn't say people. My siblings tell me all the time that I'm bossy, and I just really started to embrace that. It's not that I'm bossy. I like things done a certain way, and I think I have a leadership instinct in me. And so to kind of not deny myself that, like, well, what they're saying, may be true, but to show up as that, and own it, and be comfortable with who God has made you to be. So that, I know this is a very short video. Just wanted to show you my Walmart haul. I do plan on doing a little bit more after Christmas shopping to see what I could find. I was able to decorate, like I said, three of my Christmas trees, and I wasn't able to finish one of my ornaments. And I want to come back. Amazon had a lot of stuff back ordered, so I want to come back and show you how to do that ornament. And I actually have another idea of where I want to use it. And so I think I'm gonna take the idea and take it to another level and show you how I was able to take these glass balls and make them into something very, very pretty. And I think that you're going to enjoy that. So thank you for joining me, Tilly and Shay. Thank you guys for logging on. I'm not going to say that I'm going to commit, because I think when I say I'm going to commit, then I stress myself out. And that's the last thing that we can do in this season, is stress ourselves out. So I'm going to come back and try to do a couple of more videos. I just want to encourage everybody to stay safe, to do your part for the greater community. I know for us, if my church, we're fasting and praying. We're fasting, not for ourselves this year. We're fasting and praying for our neighborhood, for our city, for our state, um, because I think that's where the change has to take root, so that it becomes contagious. It's not enough to lecture people. We have to pray that God will change the heart of men, and I think when we let Him change our heart first, then that thing can become contagious, just like the virus. Like joy can be contagious, happiness can be contagious. Thank you, Tilly. And we need to share that, and take ownership of that, and call upon a God who brought us through so many other pandemics and gave doctors what they needed to get us to the other side of where we needed to be, so that we could be again all that we can be. So thank you for joining me, and you guys have a great evening.